Hi, this is Chanda Rubin, and you're listening to Brothers on Tennis.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. And folks, we are 1 week into the grass court season. And don't blink, because it's going to be gone before you know. Don't blink, Bryce.
No.
Bro, we are in our favorite part of the season, which I know you and I have both talked about this. We love us some grass court tennis, bro. How are you feeling about the season that's finally upon us?
It's kind of weird because it feels different this year. You know, I guess because the calendar shifted just a little bit, and we got a bunch of people that are withdrawing. You know, we had a new withdrawal today with Raonic. Pulling out, and it's Federer looking a little old,
a little questionable. Yeah, I know we're gonna get into that, but
right.
Yeah.
So it's I'm excited to see what happens. I honestly believe that we're going to see some real surprises this year. During the grass court season. So let's get it going, man. Let's talk about the results that we had last week. I mean, we had four pretty good tournaments going on last week. And what do you want, Isaac? I always ask you. You want the men or the women first?
Let ladies first. Let's go on ahead and jump in with the ladies.
Okay. So let's start with this Bet One Open, the one that was in Berlin.
Yes.
And I see your message, Linnell, about Leave My Fed Alone. Look, there are no bigger Federer fans than us.
Right?
We love Federer. I mean, we want him to give everybody the beat down.
Right.
But we gotta say what our eyes see too now.
And you know what, Bryce, and I know, like I said, I know we're gonna get to a lot of things, and this is probably something that we can talk more about in the after show. But I'm just gonna put it out there real quick. I think Djokovic broke both Nadal and Federer. And here's my reason why. Okay, I know we're going to talk about the pullouts, but of course, y'all know Rafa has pulled out of not only Wimbledon, but the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Federer, who uncharacteristically, just can't get it done against Felix, which, by the way, Felix is playing some great tennis. And we know
he played well.
He played very well, and
yes.
We know he always a challenge up until he get to that damn final.
Right.
So we should have known that was going to be a battle. But you cannot tell me that in the back of the mind, Federer got that damn Djokovic there. Like, this bitch really went into the French Open and beat Nadal and took that crown, and he won behind us now.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Isaac. I'm gonna tell you one thing, though, Isaac. And I know we are way off script right now. We're way off script.
Still, yeah.
Right. Did you see the press conference with Federer after the FAA match?
I heard some of it. Some of it.
I have never seen Federer like that before.
Right.
Federer was pissed at himself.
That was my point. Go ahead.
He was like, you know what? I don't know why I just mentally disengaged it, but he was like, that will not happen again.
He did say that, but that's what I'm talking about, bro. Federer has never mentally disengaged. I think that's the Djokovic effect.
But what I'm saying is
go ahead.
But what I'm saying is what I liked about it is he recognized it and he got ghetto with it.
He did. Didn't he?
He was like,
he was like, ain't gonna happen again.
He was like, this ain't gonna happen again. He looked like James Evans from Good Times when he made that comment. He was like, this ain't gonna happen again now.
Exactly.
Y'all go ahead and take your picture and remember what it looked like, because this ain't gonna happen again. So that got me a little hyped. That got me a little hyped when I saw that, because if he had given the same I'm still coming back and it was my knee and that's. No, he was pissed.
No, he was pissed. And I like the fact that he was pissed about that, because he should have been. Because Roger Federer, you don't on grass, and you ain't got but a few. I mean, come on now.
Right.
You ain't got but a few more precious opportunities. You need to savor every minute that you're on the grass court. You can't let no negative get up on you. And so I like you said, I love the fact that he what's the word? He recognized it. and he got ghetto with it, and he addressed it. I appreciate 100%. I'm just saying that I have a feeling that is the element that made him go negative. Is all of the Djokovic shit that's been going on. Because again, Djokovic's got the limelight right now. He's like, I did what nobody can do. And you have to think that, like I said, I think it broke Nadal. And Nadal was like, fuck this. I'm not even trying for this.
Well, you know what, Isaac? It's like the song that we've got on the playlist, on the Wimbledon playlist for Djokovic.
Come on.
And for those of y'all that don't know, what Brothers on Tennis has done, since we're talking about Spotify and the green room and everything becoming, since apparently everything is Spotify's world right now. Why is this feeling like the after show and not like our regular show?
No, right? We done already jumped. I'm sorry, bro. I did it to us. I did it.
But in case y'all don't know, we have created for Wimbledon 2021 a playlist on Spotify, and we have songs dedicated to certain narratives for certain players going into the 2021 Wimbledon. We're actually going to be releasing it tomorrow. Yes. So you'll probably see some posts on social media about it. We'll have links to it. We'll be doing some stories that will be highlighting some of the songs we've got on the playlist. I must say, it's kind of a little popping playlist to me, but
come on.
Hopefully y'all get a little bit of enjoyment out of there. But everything that Isaac is saying is why we chose the song we chose for Djokovic. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason we chose that song, you know?
That's the reason. There you go. Exactly, bro.
So anyway.
Man. So I'm sorry to have jumped onto that topic, and I know we'll revisit that in the after show, because that is totally an after show topic.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
But let's jump into these draws.
That's so funny.
That's good. And see, that's hood too. Jump into the draws. All right.
Here we go.
We are having a good start.
Right. So with the women, we had the Bet1 Open that was in Berlin.
Yes.
And, we had, the top seeds we had were Sabalenka and Svitolina and Andreescu and the good Pliskova and Bencic and Muguruza and Azarenka and Muhova. And we had all kinds of predictions last week.
All kinds of predictions, all kinds of names. And look who made the finals. I was like, wait a minute. What the?
Who the hell is Samsonite and Bencic? I thought that was some damn luggage. I was like,
Samsonite, because that's what we saw when we saw her name. I was like, that's not her name. It's Samsonova. But it's Samsonite. Right. I have seen her name before, but bruh, I haven't seen that name in a long time. And so for her to just be like, yo, I'm about to get up in here and what? Wreck shot. I mean, Bryce, look at the folks. She took out some folk, bruh. You got to give this girl some mad props. She was like, Vondrousova, this is not clay. Get out the way. My girl, Kudermetova, She took Kudermetova and was like, listen, sis, you ain't ready for this. And she smacked her to the side. And then she was like, oh, Madison Keys, baby, no. We already know about you. So, but what I will say, though, is Madison Keys did play a great match. It's just she got to that Thursday tiebreaker, and she just lost her damn mind, didn't even get a point. No. But then what shocked me, bruh, is she got up on Azarenka and was like, here this hope biscuit for you. And it's such sad. What is that? Like, everybody's scared of you.
Right.
Bruh. Samsonova. A name we ain't heard. Bruh. And then she got up in this final and she was like, look, Belinda, I appreciate you. I appreciate all the Swiss. You probably know Roger Federer. Go ahead and give him some dap for me. But I'm going to go and grab this title. Bruh, you got to talk to me about this damn draw. What happened?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of individual matches that I think we should just kind of hit briefly on some of these. Number one, your girl, Madison Keys. First of all, I didn't think she was going to get past Magdalena Fischer or whatever. She ain't even high enough for me to know how to pronounce her name right.
Exactly.
But she got past that, and I said, okay, Sabalenka's going to take care of her. She beat Sabalenka. I mean,
She beat
especially after Sabalenka
bruh.
gave her a whole bit. I mean, a breadstick in the second set.
In the second set. She rebounded very nicely. So to me, this is a positive week for Madison Keys. Very positive. Because she played strong. And like I said, she played Samsonova strong until she got up in that third set tiebreaker.
Yeah, it was. For Keys, this was an amazing tournament.
Yes.
And then, do we even need to speak on this whole Jessica Pegula?
I told you I needed to see it, bro. I told you I needed to see it, bro. Jesse is like, listen, ain't nobody scared of your game. Ain't nobody scared of Sasha. Ain't nobody in your camp ready for me. When you see my name, you should tremble. Simply put, tremble.
I'm telling you what, Pliskova, when she looks at a draw, she scans that thing looking for one name.
One name, right?
She's like Schwartzman with Karatsev. She was like, you know what? I am trying not to come across that chick.
Right? We are not trying to do that.
Pegula walks past her in the locker room and kind of flinches and makes her just shake.
Bruh, I mean, I'm telling you what, man, that matchup, because ain't it like 5 or 6-0 now? It's a beatdown, bro.
Whatever it is, it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. Because this is like wasn't she a number one at one point?
Uh-huh.
See, it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. Yeah.
Just shame on her. But Azarenka came and showed her how it needed to be done. But that was a good match too, though.
Right.
That was a good one.
It was.
Yeah, but Azarenka was like, nah, sis. I'm not Christina.
Well, remember, and Azarenka lost to her, I think, at the Australian Open.
Right. That's right.
So she hadn't forgotten.
That's right.
She had not forgotten.
Yeah, she got her revenge.
And then another one that I thought was, well, I shouldn't say it was interesting, but, Svitolina, I mean, we've come to expect, subpar results from her, but she normally beats the people she's supposed to beat. She just normally doesn't win the big matches.
Exactly.
And Alexandrova was like, you want to consider me a big match today.
Today you are, right?
Yeah, and
Bruh. And we cannot, we must talk about Alize Cornet. Alize Cornet put in some work too. She's like, first of all, Amanda Anisimova. She said, girl, you need something to eat. Let me go and give you this breadstick. Man, 3-1. That to me was shocking. I was like, nah, that is crazy. But then she got up on Andreescu and was like, ain't nobody scared you. You gonna get injured anyway. So, so I'm just gonna go ahead and beat you anyway.
Right.
But I tell you, good match though. 7-6, 7-5. That was good. But you got to give her mad props for taking out Muguruza. Yeah. That is a huge win on grass.
That was a huge win. Yep.
Because Muguruza got her Wimbledon, so she respectful. So that to me is an incredible win. And then I didn't expect for her to go out to Bencic, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me because her style probably doesn't match up as well. Because I think Cornet likes those big hitters. That's why she played against Serena so well. But yeah, when you get against a Bencic who really isn't a big hitter but massages the ball a bit, I think that just kind of, she was like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know quite how to deal with this. And Bencic took her out. But man, this draw was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
Well, but like you said, shout out to Samsonova, and we have to check out and see which section of the Wimbledon draw she falls in, because, some people might not be wanting to come across her.
I'm trying to tell you, the folks she beat sure won't.
Exactly. Now, I want to just briefly highlight the amazing doubles final they had at this tournament. I mean, number one seed, Melikar and Scherz. I mean, we know they do the thing, right?
All day, right.
But, we also know what kind of a team Azarenka and Sabalenka are as well.
Bruh.
And they pulled that out 10-4 in that third set match tiebreak.
And that to me was a commendable win because, first of all, I don't know that I had ever seen Azarenka and Sabalenka play doubles together. Okay. In fact, I actually thought that they weren't really the tightest of, like friends. I didn't think they was down like that just because I've kind of seen them in the singles and they both kind of seem a bit like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this one up. So I didn't think that they were true, like they would be double. So I was shocked when I initially even saw they were playing together. And then for them to get through the draw and take the title against Melikar and Shures, that's commendable, dog. That's going to bode well for them going into the Olympics, I believe.
Yeah.
You still there? Hello?
Yeah. We couldn't hear you for a minute.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think my network must have got crazy.
Okay. But yeah, no. And you know what they've done is they've put their foot down saying, we are a threat.
Yes.
When it comes to the Olympics, can you imagine them playing Siniakova and Krejcikova?
Man, that would be an incredible matchup.
Yeah,
incredible.
That would be great. So shout out to the team from Belarus, for getting that title. And once again, shout out again to our girl, friend of the show, Melikar, for making it to another tournament final.
Yes.
Now, the other women's tournament we had was the Viking Classic in Birmingham. And, now this was the one that we thought was kind of a little more of the low budget one, right? You know, you had seeds like Mertens, Jabeur, and Vekic, and Kasatkina, and Ostapenko, and Zhang Shuai, and Ferro, and Buzkova.
Right.
And you know what? There wasn't a surprise that Jabeur got to the final. But I was surprised that Coco Vandeweghe made it to the semifinals. I know.
Yeah. You know how my feelings are with Coco, but that Coco, I should say.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm going to try and be nice here. Good on the American.
We ain't got to be nice. We just got to be somewhat fair. Okay.
She made it to the semis. Clap, clap. But Kasatkina was like, that's enough from you. That is enough from you. I'm going to make it up into this final. And honestly, it actually turned out kind of the way I thought, because while Kasatkina is on a good roll this year, I think Grass more so fits Jabeur than it does Kasatkina. I just feel like her game, to me, fits a bit better on grass than it actually does on any other surface. So I wasn't surprised at that result for her getting that title. So I was really pleased.
And that was Jabeur's first title.
So, right?
Yeah, so that's, great job for her, snagging that 250. And then she also was in the finals of the doubles.
That's right.
Now, she wasn't able to pull that off, but lost 10-8 in the third set match tiebreak. So she was right there in it. You know how I like to give love to the people that get it done in both singles, and doubles.
Exactly. Yeah, that is such a commendable result, because I know we always kind of get our bag on with Ons, and we kind of mess with her fitness at times, but she's putting in work, bro. She
really is, and you can actually see it in her physically.
Really can.
So props to her and her camp for doing what they're doing.
Yes.
So let's get over here with the men real quick, and we're going to start off. Well, I was going to start with that tournament. We'll leave that for a second. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go to the Cinch Championships, which is basically what used to be Queens, right? Or it's still Queens under a different name. I guess it's their green room.
Exactly.
So, in this draw now, I'm feeling really good because I called this one last week.
I lost all kinds of sound there. Sorry, bro. I missed that.
I was just bragging that I called that Berrettini was going to win this tournament.
Yes. I did hear that part, but then I didn't hear what came after.
Yeah, and I was just saying I didn't call the finals because I thought he was going to meet Shapovalov in the final. But I had a bigger concern than you did on that Karatsev-Norrie match.
Yeah.
And Norrie, I'm telling you what, Norrie is having a great year, and it really doesn't matter what the surface is.
It doesn't. It really doesn't, which is shocking to me. Yeah, Cam Norrie is playing some great tennis regardless. He's doing it, man. Really, really impressed.
And I just want to say, Karasev's our guy, but I want to give a concern that I have with him on grass. He doesn't have good movement on grass.
No, I think them legs are getting in his way, unfortunately.
Right, because he's used to running and planting his feet and being able to hit. And you can't do that on grass. You have to be lighter on your feet, and those Popeye calf muscles that he's got, and so my expectations are not very high for him for Wimbledon. Because if you can't move, he almost hurt himself a couple of times, in that match. I just don't I don't know that this is his surface yet. And he probably doesn't have a lot of experience playing on grass, actually.
No, I agree completely. I think he'll get back on when the summer hard courts come back into play. I think he'll resurface there and start doing more damage.
Right. Were there any other surprises? I mean, we saw Andy Murray, like you said, get through Benoit Paire in the first round, and then Berrettini made sure to tell him what time it was in the next round.
Yeah, my picks on this tournament were all kinds of wrong. I mean, I picked all the old school guys, and they all got smacked up. So yeah, I don't have much that I can comment on or say. But what I will say is, I was in tears when Tiafoe went in for the Tiafoe snuggle with Shapovalov. I was in tears. I was. Because
he went in
strong. I was like, damn it, Tiafoe.
Brandon, we know you feel us, Brandon. We know you feel us. Yeah, he went in strong for that one, so we knew what that one was about. But look, Norrie got up on Shapovalov like it was nothing.
Exactly, like you said, bro. His year is just outstanding. He's on the rise. I would not see him in. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him entering in that top 20 by the U.S. Open, if not top 16.
Right. Demure did well, like I thought he was going to do. I actually thought he was going to get to the semifinals. Yeah. I'm telling you what. Berrettini, for me, is like Tsitsipas on clay. Like how Tsitsipas is like much better on clay than I thought he was going to be, like may even be his best surface. Right. I feel a lot of the same way with Berrettini on grass. I don't think people were checking for him on grass, but quietly, if you look at his previous results, he's done well on grass. And I think he feels very comfortable on the surface.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I am one of those people because I have not been giving Berrettini his due, especially on grass. And he came up with the goods this week. He looked really, really good. I think he's another one that on the low, he is actually having a really good season. I mean, he's playing some good tennis, real good tennis. So his confidence has to be high. So he's one to definitely watch out for.
Right. There's just two more matches that players I want to kind of call out. And the first one is, I'm telling you what, I wasn't really hip to this Jack Draper.
Oh, yeah.
But he has the perfect grass court game.
Yes.
And if his confidence can stay good, look, if he gets a good draw in Wimbledon, now don't get me wrong, I ain't saying he about to go out here and win Wimbledon. But he can get some good rounds underneath his belt.
Agree completely. Because, he's looking really good. And like I said, to be able to take out Sinner, first round and then take out Bublik, two really, really tough customers, that's impressive. And, he went down to Cam Norrie, but that's his countryman. So, you know how those countryman things go. But I agree with you. Really nice looking game.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask you about your boy, I mean, I'm not a fan, but I would have thought that Opelka would have taken out Millman on grass.
Me too. That one was curious to me. I just feel like he didn't play enough of what I consider to be that big man tennis. And he kind of allowed Johnny to hang around, and Johnny ended up just stealing that match from him. But that to me was a little bit disappointing. But we see that with Opelka, so. Yeah.
Well, he was still part, though, of the biggest surprise of the week for me.
Okay.
Because when he and his doubles partner, Piers, gave Mektic and Pavic a breadstick and a whole biscuit.
Yeah, that was pretty
I mean, they are still suffering from some after effects from the Rona.
Exactly.
Because they were the hottest doubles team by far on the year.
Yeah. This is what is going to be so disappointing if they aren't able to kind of get back to where they have been over these last few months, because they were just playing just out. I mean, like, like how we were talking about with Novak. I felt like they would have had an opportunity to do a double slam, if you will. Even though, of course, they didn't win the French, but still, it's going to be sad if the Rona is what takes them down, because it sure wasn't going to be anybody else.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they were putting in work, y'all. They were looking good. Good.
Yeah. So hopefully they get it together and they're good to go by the time Wimbledon starts. But shout out to Bear and Mahut for getting that title over Opelka and Pierce. We know they're just a real solid team.
Exactly.
So, all right, now let's go. Let's go to this other men's tournament from last week, the one in Halle. Germany, and the one that we were very excited because our guy, Roger Federer, was up in the mix and, played a good first round match against that Ivashka because he played really well. I was like, that guy did it,
Yeah. Ivashka has a good game, a big game. He a big guy. So, yeah, he's got some game for sure.
But then what happened? Talk to me about that match with FAA.
Well, I mean, like I said, first of all, I think we have to give props where props is due, and that's right. Felix. Felix played some outstanding tennis. So him making it to the final the week before, you could tell that he was hitting the ball very cleanly. He had a lot of really good confidence. And, we've all heard that Felix can hit a heavy ball. I mean, he's a really in-shape young kid. So I feel like he played a great match. Federer came out, and I feel like Federer did what Federer does, and he showed him what was up in that first set, got the break, and honestly, I was just like, okay, he'll cruise through the second set, be straight set, boom, boom, he'll be good to go. Right. And it's like he alluded to in the interview. You could just see that he just got it was a little bit of both for me, Bryce. I think he got negative, but he got tired. I feel like he looked like he got tired in that second set. And the reason I say that, you don't never really see Roger sweat. And I even noticed that the first round. Roger, in his post-interview, I was like, Roger's sweating. That's not normal. You don't ever see Roger sweat. And then, like I said, so to me, I was kind of wondering, okay, are you actually, are you physically kind of there? Or is it just hot there or what? But then, like I said, Felix just started, I think the heaviness of Felix's game just started pushing on Federer. And then, like he said, mentally, I just think that he got negative and his thoughts went someplace else. And Felix was like, hey, bro, here's this Hope biscuit for you. Get off my court. And you just don't do that to Roger Federer. What was your take on it? I would love to hear your analysis of it.
You know what? I really was kind of like you. I was so impressed with how FAA played because I felt like I kept expecting for his level to drop.
Right.
And it didn't. And one of the things that you didn't mention was I thought FAA served extremely well.
Agree. Completely.
He served really well. Now, granted, the Federer that we're used to could still probably handle that. Mm-hmm. But, we're not watching the Federer that we're used to right now.
That's right.
And so it was a little bit of that. I think it was a whole lot of FAA playing well. But also, remember, this is another one of these cases where, remember, Federer used to practice with FAA in Dubai.
Right.
So, we always say, when you have these situations where these people are practice partners, a lot of times it seems to help the lower ranked player.
Right.
Because they're familiar, they're not in awe or overwhelmed by who they're playing because they've practiced, with this person. So I think that could have helped FAA during the match. But, props to him. And then shout out to Marcus Giron.
Right.
Because he taking out Pospisil on grass was a great win. And then Struff.
Yeah. That was big. That was big. I did not expect for him to get past Struff. And he did. I mean, it was 3 tough sets, but he got past him. That was very commendable for Giron.
And Giron was just saying how much he hates grass.
That boy hate everything. He hate clay. He hate grass. He just want hardcore.
He's a hardcore boy. So shout out to him. And then, of course, if I'm going to brag that I picked Berrettini to win the tournament,
Yes.
I have to fess up that I had going deep in this tournament, Monfils.
Right.
And, out 4-4 to Lloyd Harris.
Yeah, and mind you, Harris has had a relatively good year. He's making his name out there. He's gotten some pretty good results in a few tournaments earlier this year. So not a horrible loss given the fact that Gael is where Gael is mentally.
Right.
I just think that Gael is just not. He's just not there. He's just simply not there. I don't think his mental is there, and we're seeing that big time in his results. So I don't know if it's the whole wedding thing, and like I said, the whole fact that Jim's life was on, then it was off, and now it's back on again, and they're getting married. I don't know what's happening with him, but I feel like he is just not on the right mental path at this point in time. And I'm not sure what's going to fix that either, but it's just something that's not clicking for Gael. And I don't know, he still could be salty about the whole pandemic when he was playing what I consider to be Grand Slam championship level tennis. And that went away. I don't know, but I just know he's taking a lot of L's, and it can't be good for his confidence.
It can't. And speaking of confidence, what we didn't call out was, Struff's first round match was taking out Medvedev.
Yeah, that's right. We did not talk about that. And go ahead.
And although I don't think we had big expectations for Medvedev on the grass, that was a tough first round match as well.
Exactly. Because Struff is very, I feel like grass is one of probably his top surface if I'm thinking about it. Because I've heard him of his results before, even though I haven't seen anything, but I feel like grass is a very good surface for him. So I kind of expected that going in when we saw that first round matchup. I expect Medvedev to do Medvedev things once we get back on hard courts. I'm not expecting much from him out of Wimbledon. Who knows? He may surprise us like he did on clay, but I'm a little bit doubtful of that.
Right.
But who I also, and I feel like, our young American, we need to give him some props. That Sebastian Korda.
Yeah.
Korda is very much striving, in my opinion, to be the number one ranked USA men's player. And I think he's going to do it because I just feel like everybody else is still very up and down, whereas his results just seem to be climbing. Even though, like I said, he did lose to Humbert, who was the eventual champion, but Humbert to me was just playing some outstanding tennis this tournament. That little lefty, I feel like he's a Manarino with power. He got short ground strokes, but he can pop the hell out of that ball, Bryce. It's crazy.
Well, and before you get off Korda, I mean, he has some excellent wins.
Yes.
RBA is a good grass court player.
Yes,
I mean,
he is.
Isn't he a former Wimbledon semifinalist?
I think did he? Yeah, I believe he did make the semis.
Right. So he gave him a bagel in the second set tiebreaker. And then Nishikori, I mean, good player on any surface. Took him out. But Humbert, how sometimes it's your week?
Yep.
And from Sam Querrey, who he allowed that match to go on longer than it should have. But then he took out Zverev, and then Korda, and then FAA, and then actually Rublev was the only match that didn't go 3 sets.
Exactly. Almost tried to. He went to a tiebreaker in that second, but he was like, nah, son, I need to get done with this one. And impressive.
Yeah, so, shout out to Rublev for once again making another 500 level final. But yeah, this was Humbert's week.
Yeah, completely. I mean, he showed himself to be definitely a dark horse going into Wimbledon. Not too many people are going to want to see him in their draw.
No, not at all.
No.
And then quick shout out to the doubles. I'm a fan of Kevin Kravitz.
Yeah.
So I always like to see him win. But shout out to the fact that FAA and Herkic made it to the finals. That team is still doing very well.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that I'm seeing them, not only that they're playing together, but again, that they are playing doubles. I feel like in both of their careers, because they're young gentlemen, FA's 20, I think Hubie is maybe 23 or 22 or 20. I think it might be 23. But I think that playing doubles is definitely something that they both should be doing at this stage in their careers. I know we advocate for it more on the ladies' side, but the fellas need to do more of it as well because I really feel like it really builds their game.
Right. Now, as we go into this week, with these tournaments, there are a couple, and I'm sorry for putting you on the spot with this if you don't know, if any of our listeners that are in the chat room know. Do you feel like we've heard a couple potential injuries going on? So we know Sloane Stephens pulled out.
Right, that right ankle, I believe.
Do you know how serious that is?
I didn't hear as far as the seriousness of it, but yeah, I did hear that. She had to pull out because of it. Okay,
and do you know if her Wimbledon championship, if it's in jeopardy or not?
I didn't hear, bro. No, I didn't. I didn't get any additional details on whether or not it would impact her Wimbledon.
Okay, and then also I think didn't Haley Baptiste have to retire in a match last week?
Oh, did she really?
I thought so. Yeah, and but I never really heard what was the issue. And Brandon is saying she retired against Pegula.
Yeah, there you go.
So I don't know if I never heard why she retired or what the situation was, or if her Wimbledon championships are in jeopardy.
Yeah, I did not hear either. Yeah, if anybody in the chat knows.
Okay, Miles is saying Baptiste was an ankle sprain before the tiebreak. She fell really hard during the match. Oh, wow.
That's
so
good.
Hopefully she's able to recover before, like we said, the Wimbledon championships.
Yeah, because I would think Wimbledon would be a really good surface for Haley.
And Miles is saying she's not in the qualies at Wimbledon either.
Darn.
Yeah, so. Well, we got a couple of tournaments going on this week. Once again, we got 2 on the men's side, 2 on the women's side. And the first one on the women's side, we have this one in Germany. And some good names in here. You know, you got Kvitova and Azarenka and Pegula. I know Pliskova was like, yes, you go play that tournament. I'm going to go play this other one.
Right?
You stay away from me.
Stay away from me.
Demon child. And then Kerber, and we don't need to name the rest of these people. So
exactly.
Really, this tournament, it should, I mean, all things being equal, don't you think it should come down to a Kvitova Azarenka final unless Pegula gets Azarenka back again?
Correct. I would think that it would be a Kvitova Azarenka. But, you know, keep an eye out on Kerber, though, on retirement watch. She did hand out some breadsticks that first round. So
she was playing somebody who I ain't never heard of ever before in my life. So I ain't wasting none of my eyes energy on Kerber. I know where Angelique Kerber is, and I ain't got to watch that. She ain't about to do nothing. She got Blinkova in the next match. She need to keep her eye on Blinkova. That's what she quietly need to do.
That's what she need to do, because Blinkova looked pretty good taking out Thompson today. So that was pretty impressive.
Ain't nobody checking for Angelique Kerber. So anyway, so yes, I agree. I think Kvitova versus either Pegula or Azarenka.
Yeah, so, I would think that's a safe bet.
All right. The other women's tournament is Eastbourne, of course, and we've got some better names over here.
Yes.
We got Sabalenka, Svitolina, Andreescu, well, those two. Swiatek, the good Pliskova, who made sure she found out what tournament Pegula was in and got her butt in the other one. Right. Bencic, Mertens, and Pavlyuchenkova.
Yeah, she's up in there. They got some pretty good matches up in here as well, because of course we've got Coco Gauff in the draw, who plays Elise Mertens in the first round. So that ought to be wonderful. And we'll see if Rybakina can still be inconsistent.
Right.
As far as her results go. But yeah, man, I think this will be a pretty good tournament. It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Right. So what are your end of the tournament predictions?
Oh, man. It's a tough one, man. I mean, for me, just if I'm looking at the draw, I feel like I should go with Sabalenka. I feel like she's going to rebound. But I tell you what, that first round against Bernarda Pera, that ain't no joke, because I like Bernarda Pera. So I would think it's going to be, yeah, I'll say her against. Do I really want to put my little coins on injury prone? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll say Sabalenka against Andreescu. I think Sabalenka will make the final, and I'm gonna put on the bottom half. I'm gonna put Pavlyuchenkova versus Coco.
Okay.
And I think Coco will make the final.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I agree with you on Sabalenka. Not look, Andreescu better keep her eye on Mikhail quietly. I'm gonna put Sabalenka versus Bencic.
Okay.
Up top, and then on the bottom, you know what? I agree with you with Coco.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I would not be surprised if we saw Iga.
I was thinking about her. I just don't know what she looked like on grass because she ain't never played on grass that I've seen.
Right, but just her style where she's just very light of foot and bounces around and I think she could be dangerous. I
Okay.
really do. And honestly, I even think Pavlyuchenkova better watch out for Jabeur.
Good point. Yeah, because Jabeur got that confidence now that she got that title.
Right. So I agree with you. I just think this is actually a very good tournament.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a couple of different outcomes here. So, that's really good. I wanted to, in addition to the singles, I wanted to kind of take a quick look at the doubles because we got some doubles teams going on up in here.
Oh, yeah. I had not looked at the doubles draw, so let me pull that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, in the first round, you got Melikar and Shores against Andreescu and Putintseva.
Ooh, okay.
And then right below them, you got Bethany Maddox-Sands and Sonia Mirza.
Ah, they're back together, huh?
Yes,
all
against
right.
Dabrowski and Vera Zvonareva.
Dang. Okay.
That's some powerhouse doubles right there, right?
Wow.
And then Coco Gauff is playing with old wrong way Ostapenko. That's going to be a good team.
That should be good.
Even though I don't like her, if I'm just being honest, a good team, Samantha Stosur and Coco Vandeweghe.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, got some big serves.
Kudermetova and Vesnina.
That one's pretty good. Vesnina already showed that she's back from a double standpoint. So
right. So I'm telling you, the doubles draw I think is going to be almost as exciting as the men's draw.
Man, nice.
Love
it. Gotta love it.
Right. Well, let's keep it moving. I know we got off to a little bit of a late start today, but we're down to the men's tournaments that are happening this week, and the let's see, we got two 250s, and we'll start with the one in Mallorca.
Okay.
And so Medvedev is at least going to get out of the first round this time because he got a bye.
Right.
But we have Medvedev, we have Dominic Thiem is finally back. RBA is going to give it another go. Karina Busta, Rude, Hachinov, Humbert, Larovic, who is already out of the tournament and is also, by the way, off of my JV squad. But, what are you thinking in this tournament?
Oh, poor Larovic. This is, can you hear me okay, B?
I do.
Yeah, this is, it's a nice tournament, warm-up tournament. I do think that Medvedev will give a better showing in this tournament. On that top side of the draw, I really do see him making his way through. I don't know that I see any of those guys that are like grass court players that should be able to really worry him, if you will. So I'm predicting him to make it to the final on the top side. On the bottom is where it gets a little bit more interesting. I do feel like RBA is going to rebound because, like you said, he does play well on the grass. My question is whether or not Ugo Humbert is going to have a letdown from his run at Halle.
Right.
That's going to be interesting to me. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to call RBA making the final. I don't think Dominic Thiem is all that good or comfortable on grass.
Right.
So, and just because it's his first time coming back, I just think he's trying to get in some matches so that he doesn't go into Wimbledon without having any run on the grass. But I think RBA will make the final. So I'm going to call a Medvedev RBA final, and I'm actually going to call RBA to be the winner.
I can see that. I would just watch out, for Feliciano Lopez.
Oh yeah.
I think he is going to probably make the semis. I agree with you. RBA will probably take him out in the semis, but that dude on grass, he's just a different player.
Well, remember, I picked him last week though.
Yeah. Well, this was the week. This may have been the week to pick him. Yeah, this may have been the week to pick him. And the one thing that I just kind of wanted to call out in this draw is that Djokovic is playing doubles.
That's right.
And
that's right.
With this Gomez Herrera, I don't even know who.
Never heard that person. Yeah.
That is, but I guess he's just trying to get a little match play on the grass.
Right.
He's not.
He knows what's up. He's like, listen, I'm in form. I don't need to do too much.
No. I know what it's like. I done won. What he's won? 5 Wimbledon?
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, so all right, and then the last men's tournament we have is for this week is we have Eastbourne, and okay, so Gael Monfils is the top seed, and De Minaur, and then just other people that we kind of like but don't know what they're like on grass. Sonego, Basilashvili pulled out, Opelka. See if he can rebound. Davidovich Fokina. Now, this is interesting because he won Junior Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So he knows how to play on grass. And we also have Ramos Vinolas and Bublik in terms of your top 8 seeds. But we also have in here, we have Tsonga.
Right.
In the tournament.
Yes.
So, and we got Tiafoe in the tournament.
Yes.
And we got Mikael Ymer in the tournament. So what are you thinking? Talk to me.
Oh man. So yeah, with this one, I appreciate the fact that all the brothers up in there, but I don't know if the brothers are up to form to really be able to do anything impactful. So I'm already going to call someone's going to beat Monfils. I just don't know who it will be. He's got an easy enough draw, so you would think that he had an easy enough path to get to the semis. But I just don't know what's going on in his head. So I don't even know of those people up there who to pick. And I feel shameful for that, but I don't feel like he will make the semifinals. I feel like it'll probably end up being Ruusuvuori or somebody crazy like that. So I'm going to put Ruusuvuori up there. And yeah, typically I would pick Tsonga, but I tell you what, that Gerasimov, he's actually got a pretty nice game. Bublik crazy, of course, so you just never know what he's going to do. And Sonego's got a great game. I've never seen him on grass though. So I say all of that to say I'm going to pick Ruusuvuori and Sonego in the top, and in the bottom I am going to pick Popyrin versus De Minaur, and I'm putting De Minaur and Sonego in the final, and De Minaur.
What'd you say his name was?
De Minaur?
No.
Sonego?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
What do you think I said?
We'll talk about it offline.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
No. I ain't gonna come out hood like that.
I was like, okay.
All right.
That's how we living.
That's it, right? All right, B. What about you?
I'm not even wasting my time trying to pick in that daggone tournament. I mean,
there you go.
I can't call it.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
It's a toss-up.
But I would like to say, quietly in the doubles matchups are beasting over here.
Oh, yeah?
Because you got Mektic and Pavic as the top seed. You know, they salty probably by getting fed last week, so they probably going to come with it.
Right.
And then they could potentially face in the semifinals Fabrice Martin and Roger Vasselin, who is a strong team.
Yep.
And then on the bottom half, you got, Cabal and Farrar. And they could potentially face Ram and Salisbury.
Oh, wow.
So those are like basically the top men's doubles teams, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's some serious competition there. So,
and you still have the Skupski brothers in there as well. And you got Nicholas Monroe, who's playing with Bublik this week, which is interesting. Yeah.
Especially given that Tiafo is in the draw.
Yeah. I don't know if Tiafo's like, I need to, kind of focus on my singles.
On his snuggle? Is that what you said?
Oh, no, you wrong for that. you wrong for...
Sorry.
He ain't got to focus on it. He got that thing down.
He got that down.
He got it down, right? Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so people, we wanted to just quickly remind you. So there's a lot of good tennis this week. We will be putting up either Friday or Saturday our preview episode of the Wimbledon Championships because the draws come out on Friday. So we'll be recording that here on Green Room.
Yes.
And we may put up a message on social media when we do that, but we will definitely be posting that as a podcast. Remember, look for tomorrow for the announcements about our playlist, our Spotify playlist for the Wimbledon Championships. We'll have links out to that for you to listen to that. And the other thing I want to add is we will be returning to our daily recaps for the Wimbledon Championship. So starting Monday the 28th, we will have daily on Clubhouse at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Come join us. Come get into that daily conversation about the matches for that day and to take a peek at the matches on the next day coming up. We got a lot going on. This is tennis season right now.
Right.
Y'all.
This is it. We're in the throes right now, y'all.
Right. Isaac, any last words you have before we go and head over to the after show on Instagram?
Just always want to throw out a little reminder that we do have our merchandise available out on our website. So don't forget that. It's also on IG. So you've got a connector there. So, if you feel like you got some coins in your pocket that you want to spend on a loved one or a friend, go and get them some Brothers on Tennis merch. Right. And the only other thing that I will say is, we've never really even said and or shared this at all. But on our website, if you really, really like what we're doing,
right,
and you got some extra coins, we do have a donate page as well. Just saying. And, because Brothers on Tennis, we are trying to expand our scope. We just had a wonderful meeting where we were talking about our objectives for the rest of this year going into 2022. And again, as with all things, it requires some level of funding. So if you have some coins and you ain't got nothing else to do, go and support Brothers on Tennis with it. There you go.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. So
that's all I got, brother.
Hey, all right. So in the words of Andrea Petkovic, we are now in broccoli season. Which to be very clear, Isaac, broccoli can also be a euphemism for something else. I was thinking, Petkovic, what you trying to tell us?
Yeah, right, exactly.
But we knew what she meant. So, everybody enjoy the grass court tennis, and we will be with you the entire season. So, on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. We'll talk to you next week.